where the, oh, what should I say, where I caught the phenomena going on in my room. And the ball there represents about where my head was at. The camera was right there in the corner. If you can see that, maybe I could give it a little lighter here. Try to brighten it up a little bit if I can. Let's see here. Can we go? Oh, I see. Oh, that's a little too bright. Okay. Oh. Well, anyway, it was sitting right there on that little console stereo there in the corner, and I had turned the light off so that the indicators showing that the camera was running, I had turned that off. I forgot what that's called, but it was sitting there in the corner. So the camera was facing pretty much this direction. Kind of hard to tell here. What I will do is I'll go over here in the corner. So it was facing kind of like that. I can't really get it just right now because I'm not going to set it down. But anyway, the phenomena takes place coming to this area. This represents, let's see, this old plastic carnival baseball bat represents about where it was laying on my bed, kind of like this, and then it was stretching out into this room here where there's a dresser, and it just goes off into the furnace room and my storage room. So it was stretching through here, and then it gets up, backs off with a thump right into this room, and the little ball of light shows up right in this area by the dresser, not too far from my bed. And that's about where my head was laying. You'll see it as a black, well, pretty black, just a black blob of hair, I guess. I had some stuffed animals at the time that was right along this bedpost, so if you see that, they might look like little entities, but they're not. With that corner, with the camera in that corner, there's 3 clicks. Click, click, a pause, and then a click. And then from my head, something just jumps off into this little funnel thing right here. And then later on, that thing backs out, and the little globe shows up. This is the real deal. Nothing has been hoaxed. Nothing has been tampered with. I wouldn't even know how. So that's the story. Now what I'll do is it was in night shot at the time. I meant to have it in super night shot. I'll show you what it would have been like in super night shot. The super night shot, I put this lamp on up here. As you can see, it's the lamp of Jesus. And that's way too much light for me to sleep. So I'd put a hat over it. And in this particular case, that's a white hat, but I usually use a dark hat because I just can't stand light when I'm trying to sleep. Now I'm going to pause it, and then I'll put it in super night shot. Okay, this is super night shot, like that. Still, I probably don't have these there. Had it a little bit too bright. But you can tell, you know, if I had it in this corner, it's still a lot better than what it would have been. I really wish I would have had it super night shot. But I didn't. So we have to put up with it in night shot. Let's see what happens when I put it in night shot. Take it off the super. So I can find a little button here in the dark. Okay, now we're at regular night shot. So that makes a huge difference. But it still caught something that night that was, well, I swear it's definitive. It really shows that something is going on. It doesn't prove alien abduction, although I've had all kinds of experiences. What's that? And well, that's all I can say is I've had a lot of experiences. I'll be writing about it later. Let's see if you can even see in night shot where my head was at. Heck, I must have had a little more light that night or my camera was working better. There's super night shot. And if I zoom in a little bit, you can at least see the ball. But that's what we're working with, so that's all I'll say about that for now.